I'll believe it
Gonna
when I
happen.
see it. And if it happens, great. That's great for the NFL.
Lots
But
of
I just don't.
teams and players have fallen short in the AFC South. Just like Travis Hunter is going to be falling short of Sean's
We'll talk in 7 months.
expectations.
We'll talk in 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the AFC South is the youngest division in the NFL. It came about in 2002. And there's only been one Super Bowl champion out of the division since its inception. Peyton Manning, beating the Bears with the Colts. But in the honor of Travis Hunter just having a dud of a rookie season, I compiled my list of the best one and done teams from the AFC South. And one and done meaning they make the playoffs but lose their first game in the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't that make them win one game in the playoffs and then they're done?
No, they only play one game in the playoffs.
One game and done.
That's how I'm defining it.
One
That's
game
how
and
I made
done.
this
You play
list.
a game and you're done.
You play a game and you're done. But the honorable mention on this list, the inaugural season of the AFC South in 2002, the Indianapolis Colts went 10-6, and they lost to the Jets in the wild card. I don't know much about that team. I'm sure it had Peyton Manning at the quarterback position.
Definitely did.
But they lost to the Jets 41-0 in the wild card round.
Dude, I think that was Peyton Manning's first playoff appearance. I really do.
Could have been. Very well could be.
I also
It
think
was,
that was Pete Carroll's Jets, if I'm correct in saying that.
I didn't do the research on the honorable mention one, but if you want to corroborate any of those,
nope, never mind. That was 1994. Pete Carroll. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of Peyton's first playoff appearances.
Yeah, it was a dud. 41-0 to the Jets. It was crazy. Number 5.
Wait, I have a question. I have a quick question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
How are you like ranking these games and like these? Is it just the team? Is it the game they played that was like uneventful? Or like how are we ranking these?
The best one and done teams.
Okay.
So
heavy favorite possibly going into that first game, like that wild card round or whatever. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I listed players that were on the roster that I thought were notable, and all of these teams were like 11-5 or 12-4 and above. They're all playoff teams.
Yeah.
But so number 5, I believe this was a 12-win team, the 2005 Jacksonville Jaguars. Had to have been right before they had got Maurice Jones-Drew, because it was only Fred Taylor on the roster, but ran by Byron Leftwich. They had Jimmy Smith. That defensive line was absolutely nasty. They had Marcus Stroud, crazy John Henderson, the guy that asked the equipment manager or one of the staff members to slap him in the face before going on the field. That's big John Henderson. You also had Marcellus Wiley at DN. And then I believe he pronounced his name Rasheen. It's either Rasheen or Rashawn Mathis, was a really, really good cornerback for him. But Byron Leftwich was throwing piss missiles to Jimmy Smith, and Fred Taylor was toting the rock like very little other running backs were doing at that time. Because when Fred Taylor was at his peak, he was in that ring with like LT as like some of the best running backs in the early 2000s.
Who'd you say the skipper was? Who'd you say the head coach was?
I didn't.
Did you not
mention head coach?
He didn't do that much research.
You said 2005?
2005 Jaguars coach was Jack Del Rio. Should have known that.
Oh, look at that. Jack Del Rio. Defensive mastermind.
And he had a great defense that season.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had a great defense that season. Number 4 was the 2008 Tennessee Titans. Dang it. I was supposed to list who the Jaguars lost to. Jaguars 2005 playoff loss.
What a well put together top 5.
He did his research.
They lost in the wild card to New England. They were 12-4. They only made wild card, and they lost to the Patriots.
How bad?
28-3.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Tom Brady had a nice tight game.
Who would have been the quarterback 2003 in Jacksonville?
5.
I told you it was
Byron
2005.
Leftwich.
It was Byron
it was
Leftwich.
Byron.
Fucking wasn't even listening.
Byron Leftwich was
Piece of
throwing
shit.
piss missiles to Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
How many teams can say that? They're
Long
like, man,
time
we had
ago.
a really good team and we ran into fucking Tom Brady in the first goddamn round.
Yeah.
Like, for just 20 years. Like, shit, man.
So number 4 was the 2008 Tennessee Titans. Vince Young at the quarterback. They had CJ2K.
He was on the cover of Madden after that year, right?
Yep.
Or the year before, prior, 2008,
So
right?
I don't know if this was the 2,000-yard season or not.
No, Vince.
I was talking about Vince, yeah, not CJ.
Vince was on the cover. CJ was never on the cover. Was he?
Oh yeah, so yeah, 2000. Yeah, I remember Madden 08. Vince Young was on that cover. Yeah. Wow.
CJ did make a cover of a.
I think he was like an alternate on one of the
Madden.
covers or something like that.
I don't remember what year though.
It was a bad Madden.
They're all bad after like 10 or 12.
But so the CJ2K was honestly the most exciting thing about their offense. I can't even remember who the wide receivers were on that roster.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, when you got Chris Johnson and Lendell White, the power back backing him up, lo and behold, there was also an old Algie Crumpler on this team. He had like 250 yards receiving that season. The defense was known for getting sacks. Their D-line was pretty good. They had Albert Hainsworth and Kyle Vanden Bosch. And then you also had Cortland Finnegan, who, while he was on the Titans, got in that pretty big fight with Andre Johnson.
That was in 2008?
I don't know if it was in that year, but while he was on the
okay.
Titans.
That's a legendary fight.
Yeah.
Was on
That's
that
a
roster.
legendary fight.
One
of them was mic'd up for it, too.
They were 13-3, and they got a bye in the playoffs, but they lost to the Ravens 13-10.
One of Jeff Fisher's last rides as the Titans head coach, correct, as well?
Probably.
Yeah, because he went to St. Louis after that?
Yeah. Number 3, I have 2 teams in one here because the 2007 and the 2008 Indianapolis Colts were pretty much the same roster. Going into 2008, the only thing notable that they added was Dallas Clark and Antoine Bethea at free safety because Bob Sanders got injured that year, right after his Defensive Player of the Year in 2007, I believe. But I have them listed together as well because they both lost to the Chargers in their first game in the playoffs. This team, was led by Peyton Manning. You had Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne, Joseph Adai. The defense was Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis on the defensive line. 2007, they had Bob Sanders, but 2008, I think he played like 2 games. Antoine Bethea still did well in the safety spot for them. But so divisional round in 2007 when they were 13-3, and the wild card in 2008 when they were 12-4, they lost to the Chargers both times, and I just think that's funny. Because fuck the Chargers.
Was it both Phillip Rivers or was one of those Drew Brees?
That was Phillip Rivers at that time.
That was Phil. Okay. That was a genuine question. I did not know.
Brees was in
pushing the ball.
New Orleans at that point.
Ugliest release I think I've ever seen on a football field.
2007, 2008.
Well, that's just prime LT though, too, right? That's just prime LT.
Yeah, it would have been Phil.
It would have been Phil.
Real young
Phil only had like 2 kids at that point.
Yeah.
Number 2, the 2018 Houston Texans. This was before all the allegations with Deshaun Watson, one of the seasons that ended up getting him his contract in Cleveland. But he had D-Hop at his best. They also had a really sneaky wide receiver depth after that with Kiki Kuti, Will Fuller, and Sammy Coates. They also traded for Demaryius Thomas for the last half of the season. They had him for 7 games in the regular season and then their playoff loss. But then again, they also had some monsters on the defensive side of the ball. J.J. Watt.
Fuller was on that team too.
Yeah, you said that.
I said.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not paying attention.
Known PED user.
Yeah.
But he was fast. Why
do you think he was so fast?
Make fast people look slow.
So J.J. Watt and young Jadeveon Clowney on that defensive line. Lo and behold, Justin Reed and Tyrann Mathieu were on that team. in the same secondary. You also had a really, really good cornerback in Jonathan Joseph.
Was that Brian Hoyer? No.
No, Deshaun Watson, buddy.
No, the quarterback. The quarterback. Who was the quarterback of that team?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. You were saying Deshaun Watson, and I was thinking DeAndre Hopkins. That is my fucking bad. That is my bad. Sorry. Yeah, I'll take a fine for that. Sure.
Definite fine.
Yeah, whatever. You're not in charge.
You were right. Tybo holds that.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty.
So not Brian Hoyer. Got it.
Yeah, definitely not
Brian Hoyer, buddy.
Oh okay, man, that was
so in 2018 they lost to the Colts in the wild card round 21-7. Pretty disappointing considering that roster and losing to the freaking Colts.
Mm-hmm.
But the best one and done team from the AFC South in its very young tenure was the 2005 Indianapolis Colts. It's another Peyton Manning team, but this one had Edgerrin James. No Reggie Wayne, just Marvin Harrison. But Bob Sanders, I believe, played a full season in 2005. And they went 14-2. And they had a really, really tough loss to the Steelers in the divisional round. I believe it was just by like 2 or 3 points.
It was that fumble, right? Was that 05? No, I don't think it was. Who was it? The bus fumbled at like the 2 or something, and he was like, shit. And
well, the Colts lost, so I don't believe it would have been.
Well, I know, but the defense like saved their ass after the bus fumbled, I believe, and then they ended up winning the game. But that
Steelers defense was nuts.
Yeah, because the Steelers beat was that the Steelers Seahawks Super Bowl?
Brother,
I think it was.
You're asking me questions I'm not prepared for. That doesn't necessarily pertain to this team.
That's not part of the one and done.
I mean, it kind of is. I mean, like I would. It's acceptable if you got one and done by the future Super Bowl champs. That's a moral victory. There's not a lot of those in the NFL, but I think that's one you could possibly look at and be like, well, we did kind of lose to the eventual Super Bowl champs. So, but I don't know.
You've been saying that you've been saying that for years. Just for the regular season.
What?
Regardless, the main difference between this team and the 2007 and 2008 teams, in my opinion, is Edgerrin James. And one of the last years that Edgerrin James was probably like at his peak. I think he was miles ahead of Joseph Adai. I like the threat of Edgerrin James at my running back way better than Joseph Adai.
Good list.
Yeah, that was the year they beat the Seahawks. And I like your number one. I do like that number one. That was a really, really good game. Yeah. That's way to come back. Way to come back after a rough last week. I way to bounce back. I applaud you.
No love for any Arian Foster, Andre Johnson Texans.
Throwback.
I listed off the best one and done teams out of this division.
The best.
One and done.
So that Houston Texans team might have won a couple games in the playoffs.
I know they beat
There were some that I went through that definitely I couldn't choose their team because they won a playoff game.
I know they beat the Raiders in 2016. That was a good Texans team in the wild card round. I do remember that.
Arian was in Miami by that point.
Was he really?
Fuck.
Your
Arian Foster only had like 2 good years, bro.
I would say 3.
His production in the NFL was not that long lived.
You could say that about a lot of running backs, though.
Not Priest Holmes, bitch. He's my favorite.
You don't say.
He had 4 really solid years. He had 1,600, 1,200, 1,400 injury year in Houston, and then 1,200 again in Houston. Before doing nothing. So
that's about the shelf life, though. That's about the shelf life of a running back.
With the season that he had 500 in between that, he would have had 5 1,000+ yard seasons had he not gotten injured. He only played half a season there, so he would have had 5 years.
Could have, not would have,
but
should have.
What about
Tybo? I want to point out you said
we're all about those on the Bob Bo show. We're all about the shoulda, woulda, couldas.
your honorable mention about the Colts losing 41-0 to the Jets, Peyton Manning's year, that was Peyton Manning's third ever playoff game. He went one and done the first, he went one and done 3 times in the first 4 years of his career.
Right. But so before that, before 2002, he was playing in the AFC Central.
Yes. I was just saying that technically was his first year in the AFC South, but
yeah, none of those David Carr teams.
playoff.
I know David Carr made the play. Yeah.
David Carr was 0-3 to start his career.
Yeah. Yeah, he had Peyton Manning. A lot of people don't like. I feel like a lot of people forget Peyton Manning had a very not good start to his career in the sense of like going deep into the playoffs. He threw he led the league in interceptions his rookie year. He was a lot of work to be done there.
It's what you get as a franchise when you like your rebuild starts with getting your franchise quarterback and then you start to build pieces around it. Like it's just the trials and tribulations you have to go through for that scenario.
It all worked out in Miami against Chicago that 1 year in the rain.
That one year.
Where
Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff.
It was beautiful.
Dude, like that's the most electrifying start to any. It will never ever happen again. I don't think it will.
Not in the same way that it did because they changed the rules on us. It's totally possible that we start getting more returns and that it happens, and maybe it's electric for that generation of kids. But it will never look the same to us because of what they've done to change. Yeah. Not that I disagree with it either. We need some more excitement on the kickoffs, but
I miss the wedge, man. I miss the wedge.
I do miss the wedge.
Did I ever tell you that my D coordinator in community college was the wedge for the human joystick in Kansas City?
Dante?
Yeah.
You're just now saying that?
Don Willis, big Don Willis
in like youth football.
Huh?
I was on a wedge or two in youth football.
Oh yeah, you just hold hands with them and you hear go go go. You turn around and just run as fast as you can.
It's like Red Rover just running as fast as you can.
Fuck. I mean, it's only the wedge is very recently removed, I feel like.
Within the last few years.
That's when kickoffs really
it's been within the last few years that they've like dicked with the kickoff. They took the wedge out before they moved it back.
Yeah, moved
it up, I mean.
It's been within the last
10 years.
6 years.
10.
Been longer than that, dude.
2015 would be 10 years ago. I don't think the wedge was around in 2015.
It was not.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
I was just saying that makes you feel kind of old, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. You guys have really only been good for like 10, 12 years ish, kind of. 2014, right? You guys really kind of started.
We still think the 80s is 20 years ago, bro. Like,
I know. God. Freaking. Yeah. What is it?
I haven't aged past 2005. Okay.
The timeline is fucked up in my head. Let me tell you. 1975 was 50 years ago.
Dude.
Why'd you got to say that?
Dude.
Because it's Miller Lite's 50th anniversary. And I counted it out on my fingies.
Gross. That's like the worst anniversary possible.
50?